Hey, it's Ethan here at etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the WeatherTech front auto floor mats on our 2020 Ford F-150. If you're installing these, chances are you already have factory floor mats in there, so make sure you get those out of the way. Always a good idea to vacuum under there too, just because we are going to have complete coverage with these and we don't want something already under there when we start. On the back side, you see we have these anchor points. We're going to be lining those up. Down here, we have a couple more anchor points that are already inside our F-150. So first thing we're going to do, I like to go from the top down and just sort of angle it under the pedals, just like that. And now we'll try to locate those anchor points, just like that. Here, click into place. On the other side, we're not quite lined up, so to try to find where that is. Push down. Just like that, the front mat is installed. On our passenger side, we don't have any anchor points in our F-150, so it really is as simple as just feeding it under, setting it in place, and now our passenger side mat is in. Taking a look now at how it fits on our driver's side mat. So we have plenty of room under and behind our pedals, which is really nice. But as we come along here to the sidewall, we see that we don't actually have a flush coverage up against the sidewall of our interior, and that could maybe just be because there's a little bit of memory in the mat still. Usually when we get them out and installed like this, they're already pretty flush up against there, so this might actually be one of the first times I've seen the mat not make a complete flush adherence or coverage against the side of this wall here. But anywhere else along the mat, right here in the back and along the other side, it still fits really nicely. That spot is a little bit unfortunate, but we still do have the really high walls, so as it gets loosened up, as heat sort of expands it a little bit and it makes it more malleable, you might be able to find that that gap gets closed up. But for now, we still do have those walls and these ridges and channels, which is going to funnel debris or liquid and keep that away from your shoes, so you're not tracking it all around the mat. It's going to funnel into one area where you can vacuum it up, or you can just take the mat out entirely, clean it off, and put it back in. Kind of a similar issue on the passenger side mat. I can get my finger into this gap behind the wall here, and it is still raised up, so it's going to be really effective in catching and trapping dirt, debris, and liquid still. But like I said, these mats, it might sound kind of nitpicky, but in my experience, they fit really, really well. So we have these gaps here, and again, that could just be because the mats have memory from the box being stored, but that is something to look out for. Both mats are going to be made of a durable rubberized plastic material, which is going to be really nice if you're using these for long term, whether that just be tracking mud messes in and out often, cleaning them out often, or just long-term wear and tear in general. They hold up really well, and as you can see, we do have the black right now, which matches the interior of our F-150 really well. Overall, I usually have a really high opinion of these mats. I think they're in general a great way to get more coverage, to keep the interior of your vehicle really clean, because you can just vacuum things out off of these. They're not going to soak up dirt and messes like your factory mats or just the regular interior of your vehicle are. In the case of the F-150, for these specific mats though, we do have a couple of gaps, and like I said, I'm not sure if that's just a memory thing, if they're going to get loosened up and more malleable over time and fill those gaps. But for now, there are a couple areas to watch out for, but I do still think in general that these mats are made really well, and they're going to serve the purpose of keeping your vehicle a lot cleaner. But again, those are just some things that take away from it just a little bit. And that was a look at how to install and how the WeatherTech front auto floor mats fit in our 2020 Ford F-150.